Adrian's with us in Memphis. Merry Christmas, Adrian.
Merry Christmas, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
Just found you probably about a week ago, and I subscribed to your YouTube channel, and I'm trying to get started on cutting down on my debt. I really just don't know where to begin. I recently just bought a house, and I'll be closing on the house in January the 5th. So worst case, or the worst thing going for me is I have $250,000 in student loans by myself. And my husband and I both have car loans, and the house we just bought is going to be $325,000. And I am a veteran, so I won't have to pay the PMI. But I'm also trying to figure out, should I put money down on the house, or should I just pay it with the notes? The banker that I'm using told me not to put any down payment on the house.
$250,000 in student loan debt? Are you a doctor or a lawyer?
A doctor.
So what do you
But
make?
I'm not working currently. I stay home with my my 1-year-old.
Why?
Because I got out of the military, and when I moved back to my home state, I just really had a hard time finding a hospital that would hire me. And I don't want to take out any more loans to open up a private practice. I'm not even private practice minded, really. So I'm trying to avoid that. I mean, if it comes to that, I will do that. But right now,
you're going to have to. I don't want you to take out any more loans, but you're going to have to go to work immediately.
Okay.
Immediately. I mean, you went $250,000 in debt to become an MD. You have to go earn the income to pay that off. You didn't leave yourself any choices. When you went $250,000 in debt, you made the decision to work. Didn't you?
Okay.
You have to.
Yes, sir.
I mean, what does your husband make?
$95,000.
Yeah. And so you can make that. You can make six figures, and you can pay this debt off in 3 years. And you're going to have to. You have got to go find a job. And and you know, you can make $100,000, $150,000. I don't know. I don't know what you do, what your specialization is, but you're an MD, and you've got to go to work. You don't have a choice. This idea of you staying home with a 1-year-old is not even an option. And I would love for you to. I'm not trying to push you into the marketplace, but you made that decision years ago when you went $250,000 in debt, promising yourself you'd be a doctor and promising yourself you'd use that big income to pay off that debt, right?
Yes.
Now you got to keep that promise. That's what it comes down to, because your family's going to be crippled by it otherwise financially for decades. By you being a doctor and a stay-at-home mom with that MD, I'm not saying you have to work for 20 years, but you've got to work long enough to clean this mess up.
Okay.
All right, and immediately, ready, set, go, immediately. How much money do you all have saved?
We have $60,000 in the savings and $15,000 in the money market.
Okay. Well, you need an emergency fund, and the rest of it goes on the student loans, and you take the minimum, put the minimum down on the house.
Okay.
And by the way, you don't avoid PMI on a VA loan if you're a veteran. There's a funding fee on a VA loan, and the VA loan is one of the more expensive loans for veterans. It's not a good deal. You know what? I'm going to change that. I want you to talk to your mortgage broker about maybe you need a new mortgage broker. The one I think you have sucks. Because they're giving you bad advice. I think you probably could get a lot cheaper loan on this if you put down a good down payment on a conventional, and I want you to run the numbers on a Fannie Mae. Because a Fannie Mae loan is considerably cheaper than a VA loan. Because the VA loan's got the funding fee, they've got all this other crap built into it, and the interest rates are generally an eighth to a quarter higher, and they're just not a good deal. I think you can get a Fannie Mae fixed rate 15-year, and you may need to use some of this money for your down payment. And let's get the house closed because you've committed to it. I mean, you've signed a contract, and so you need to go, follow through on your word on that. And then you need to follow through on the promise you made to yourself was that you were going to be a doctor and pay off these loans. So now you're going to be a doctor and pay off these loans as soon as possible. And then if you want to quit and go home, you can do whatever you want to do when you get to where you're financially responsible in doing so. But with that kind of income potential and that kind of debt, those two things are you have to use that to do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're in this situation, but it's the decisions you made. So that's what I would have you do. Yeah, let's put a better down payment on the house, do a Fannie Mae fixed rate 15-year, avoid PMI, and avoid the VA funding fees, and get a cheaper interest rate. Call Churchill Mortgage and have them work those numbers for you. I think they'll show you what I'm talking about is true. So, and then get that closed, and then let's move on to the next thing. So, good question.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.